Hi, and welcome to the Alaska Zoo's newest educational video series, Keeping Up with the Alaska Zoo. I'm Colleen, an educator here at the zoo, and through this series, I'll try to keep up with the fast-paced and exciting world of zookeeping. At the Alaska Zoo, our staff specialize in the care of Arctic, subarctic, and light climate species. The Alaska Zoo also acts as a permanent home for Alaskan animals that have been orphaned or injured in the wild. Guests of the zoo, both in person and online, often ask us, how do you take care of these animals? So keep up, let's go find out. Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Alaska Zoo. Today we will be answering the question, how do you take care of the animals at the zoo, by exploring how the animals that live here keep their bodies and minds strong. Do you have an animal at home that you train? A pet? A cat? A dog? Did you know that training behaviors exercises your pet's body and mind? Training is also a fantastic way to build trust with an animal and enrich their lives in a zoological setting. Today, the largest deer species on Earth will show us that they can flex more than just their long legs. The keepers today have asked me to come on a moose training session to show me some of the moves that they've been working on. Come on, let's go. First, let me introduce you to the moose at the Alaska Zoo. We have two male moose, Delbert, who's about 2 years old, and Uncle Fudge, who is about 6. The zoo staff took on the care of these moose, who both now tower over their keepers at nearly 7 feet tall. Moose that live in Alaska are the largest deer species on Earth. The deer family is very diverse. You can see that diversity in the 2 other species of deer that live at the zoo, the petite but sweet Sitka black-tailed deer and the tundra-thriving caribou. Let's get started training Uncle Fudge. First off, Fudge always has the choice to participate in training, just like all the animals at the zoo. Looks like he is interested today. To train any animal, keepers must identify what motivates them. Is it a special treat, a toy, or maybe attention? For Fudge, his motivation is bananas. This sweet but nutritious treat isn't something the moose get every day, so it's a good reward for a job well done. Fudge knows quite a few trained behaviors. To ask Fudge for a behavior, the zookeeper uses a vocal cue, then a bridge, in this case a whistle, to let Fudge know he did the right behavior. Lastly, he gets a yummy banana treat. The bridge is a way to let Fudge know the cue and the reward are linked together. Let's see this bridge training in action. Some training is for enrichment and fun, but other training behaviors help with veterinary procedures should they ever be necessary. For example, when Fudge is asked to stretch out his neck, the keepers will rub and touch on his neck. That way, if Fudge ever needs a shot, the keepers can safely give him one. They can also check his eyes, teeth, nose, and ears. Let's go over to the younger moose, Delbert, to see what he has been working on. Delbert is still getting used to target training. The keeper here is challenging Delbert by doing some popcorn training, where he gets his reward after touching the target stick, in this case a PVC pipe with a tennis ball, multiple times in a row. Target training has many benefits for both Delbert and the keepers. For one thing, it allows keepers to move Delbert around his habitat so they can examine all parts of his body to make sure he's healthy. It also is a great way for Delbert to exercise his mind and build trust with the zookeepers. Delbert is also showing off his newest move, which is getting low. This is very helpful to take a look at a moose's antlers, especially when they fall off and heal in the winter and spring. Delbert is still working on new moves like lifting his legs, as Fudge demonstrated before. For all the animals at the zoo, we only use positive reinforcement training. That means that even if Delbert doesn't execute the behavior perfectly, nothing bad happens. We just move on and either try again or try another behavior. Positive reinforcement is a great way to train an animal new behaviors, as it keeps their confidence up, as well as being a fun and positive experience every time. That was awesome! We learned so much about moose today, how intelligent they are, and how motivated by yummy treats they can be. That's why it's so important to never feed wild moose or other animals that might visit your backyard. Remember to secure your trash and any other tasty smelling items inside. Keep the wild moose safe and come see Fudge and Delbert here at the Alaska Zoo. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time on Keeping Up with the Alaska Zoo.